Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, and it's a bit late. Gary, what's the time? Can you see it? Oh, his clock's wrong. We'll just take an hour off.
10 past 12.
10 past 12. We've been to the Havana Club and watched a couple of live bands this evening. Both very, very good. They're like resident bands, and they were amazing. There was also a disco on afterwards. But sad to say, I am unwell. It kind of happened after I made my video yesterday. I started to sneeze and everything else, and I guess there's so many people coughing and spluttering and sneezing and holding the handrails because we have been in the grips of a wild storm. So this ship is doing this. It's all over the place, and the waves are so good. They are like this and this. We've been crashing down. Sometimes it's a bit much and the ship shudders. It's quite you can probably hear it creaking and doors. So it's actually not a door that's doing that. That is a wall, because it is so crazy that earlier on everything was creaking and groaning, and it was very strange. Gary thought that something was like sliding, but it wasn't. It was just everything was so noisy. And sometimes when we went up, we crashed back down into the wave, and for a time we had to go really mega slow. But we're now picked up, so the sea has calmed down, but you wouldn't know it because we've speeded up quite alarmingly, because otherwise we're not going to make our first stop. And it's going to be a bit touch and go as to whether we'll make it on time, because obviously we got delayed leaving, and we also had another delay, not just the storm. We got delayed by a medical emergency on board, so they had to wait for an ambulance to come and take the people and or the person that was having this medical emergency. So that was another kind of delay. And then with the storm and having to slow right down, yeah, so but we have been staggering around like drunks for the last day, which is funny, and we've been really enjoying watching the waves, especially me, because I love it. And I would show you on my phone, but it's in my bag and I don't know where to put it. So yeah, and then yeah, so I've been ill as well. And if you remember back to when I went on my first ever cruise, when it was a rocky ship because of the waves, it just makes me want to sleep. So that's how I've been. Very tired, and being ill didn't help. But I'm not too bad, just got a bit of a cold. So I made a boo-boo. I said yesterday, I don't know, maybe I didn't rip one off because, you know, of going away. But anyway, it's weekend one, so that's the same picture regardless. And heaven above knows what it is. But I've got a feeling there's a little Grogu there. Look, there's a Grogu, isn't it? It is. There's a Grogu in amongst this ruin of a place. So let's do some jokes. Gary said I was stingy yesterday because I just did the one. But my mate went to see a psychic last week who told him he would be coming into money. Last night he shagged a fat bird called Penny. How spooky is that? Gary! Terrible. So naughty. He's only over there. I can tell him off. Everybody loves them though. Yeah, they are funny. It's just I've got to say it, haven't I? Okay. I was sat on the bus hang on, it started again. I was sat on the bus this morning when I noticed the beautiful young woman sitting next to me was reading a book entitled Strange But True Sexual Facts. Is it interesting? I asked. Yes, she replied. For instance, did you know that the North American Red Indian has the longest penis in the world and the Irishman has the thickest? Oh, I'm sorry. She continued, my name is Helen. And what's yours? He asked. It's Tonto O'Reilly, I replied.
Well, that's a good one, that.
I do like that one. It's Tonto O'Reilly. Oh, it's a bad boy, but it's funny. Shall we do the book? Let's do the book. I always get mixed up which ones I've actually done. I think I'm on the last one. When you reach 60, oh yeah, your beautician, we did that one. As a woman grows older, she starts to respect that nature is plotting against her for the benefit of doctors, dentists, and moisturizer magnates. And that was Nicole Rubens. Can you hear this thing? This whole room is just, and that, I don't know if you heard that or felt that. That's when it crashes down. And when we would go earlier on, they always were so big. I've never seen waves that big, but I loved every minute of it. Yeah, there's been some interesting sights when people find it hard to walk, for instance. And there was a kid earlier who just sat on the ground and said, I can't walk. And he just sat there and his parents couldn't get him up. Yeah, but it has been very, very, very choppy. Very choppy. But hopefully he's going to put his foot down. I don't know what the equivalent is of a ship. Put his arm out, maybe, I don't know. But hopefully we'll get a bit of a wriggle on and we will get to port on time. So we've got another sea day tomorrow and it's black tie. So we've got to doll ourselves up to the nines and stuff. And we've got a very decent dinner because it's the captain's kind of hello. Although he said hello a few times. His name's James Brown. And he said, yes, and I do feel good. So he's got a bit of a sense of humour, which is good. I better take my watch off. You know, at the end of the night, things start to dig in. Did that happen to you? Like, all my rings now need to come off, if I can get them off. They were loose when I put them on. And now they're like really tight. You know, I hate that. I do. Oh my God, this one was the loosest. This never tight on my little finger. Oh wow. At least I know I couldn't lose them. I've got imprints where they were. And yet they were all loose earlier. Funny, isn't it? We are weird women, aren't we? We're just like, well, sponges for moisture. You know, we just retain fluid, retain water. Like a big trough. True story. These can stay for now because I can't be bothered. I can't get that off either. Can't fiddle with it. So, yeah, we almost, but not. But we almost had a boogie this evening. We did a bit of armchair boogieing, but we didn't actually get on the dance floor. But as we were leaving, I did suggest it. And Gary said, baby, tomorrow another day. Yeah. He wanted to go home to bed. He's in bed as we speak and hasn't even made the tea. He's stolen my pillow. What? Yeah, he doesn't realise it yet. He's got to make tea. Obviously not yet because he's probably naked or something and then see it. He got
See my little white bum.
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah. It's not that kind of YouTube channel. Oh, I'd probably get more views if it was. Only joking. So again, no crochet has been done. But I did see a woman knitting earlier. And I kind of said to Gary, do you fancy going to get my crochet bag? I could sit here and do some. And we both just sat down and he looked at me like that. No, so I couldn't move either. I think what it was at the time, A, being under the weather, and B, because the ship was so, what's the word? All over the shop, really. You had to, every kind of muscle you had was tense to try and keep you in upright, basically, and not slamming into stuff. So I started to get worn out, and I felt like my legs were tired and I really needed to sit. And I think that's just what it was. I keep getting my bracelet stuck on things. It's this dangly bit, it just sticks on stuff. So yeah, I just think that's what it was. It was where, you know, you're trying so hard to stay on your feet, and it was wore me out a bit. Never mind. But yeah, it's raining as well, which my hair's gone a bit fluffy. But I did spend quite a bit of time outside earlier filming. If it's not, well, Gary did a film as well, so I might put one of them or both of them or all of them at the end of the video, and it is the rough sea. So it doesn't do it justice. When we were sitting inside just after I said, do you fancy going to get my crochet, I had a hot chocolate and Gary had a, what was it? A gingerbread, yeah, a gingerbread latte with a little gingerbread man on it. And while we were sitting there, we sat by the window, and honestly, the ship went up like this, and the waves were kind of going crazy, but we were losing the light. And every time I filmed, it seemed calmer, but the minute I turn it off, it was like, why couldn't it have done that when I was filming? So I'll try and show you, but it's possibly one of those things where it looks calmer when I was filming, and then as soon as I stopped, you see the beauty of it. And yeah, thankfully I've got earplugs, so hopefully I'll sleep fine. Didn't win on the bingo, by the way. I did message earlier saying that I was going to go and do a bit of old lady bingo. So I got myself a P&O dauber, dabber I call them, but dauber. And I wanted about 3, I think, for the 2 lines, but they did it in a weird way. So if they did it in a normal way, I think I might have liked it more. But you know, traditionally when they do bingo, you do like a line, and then you might have 2 lines on the same ticket, and then you do the house. Well, no, we just did 1 line, and then we played the next page where you had to get 2 lines on the same ticket, and then on the next one you had to get the middle line only. And I thought, oh, okay, so if you got a line anywhere else that didn't count, had to be on the middle line. And it was just, they did all these weird things that and you know, and also you didn't get many chances to win then. You just 1 win per page, and there was only 5 pages. And they did this this thing as well with a like a I can't remember what they called it, but like a Super Bowl number. I can't remember, it was rollerball. But anyway, they chose a number, and if that number was called out and you chose to participate in that, which cost you a little bit more, you got double your prize money. Nobody won that. And at the last house, if you called it up in 44 numbers, you won £5,000. Obviously nobody won that either, but they did bingo again this afternoon. I don't know if anybody won it then either, and they probably will do it again another day because it's a bit of a money spinner. So I don't know, now I have my own little dabber, maybe I will do it again, we'll see.
It's called Fireball.
Fireball. I know it was a ball, but it was a fireball. Gary remembered. So I nearly didn't do this video because I came back earlier after walking around, and I just was so tired I couldn't do it, and I just laid down and I nearly fell asleep while Gary was watching football, but I didn't. I could just lay there with my eyes closed, but I was in no state whatsoever to do it. And then we went out for dinner, and although I was tired, I pushed myself, and we went to watch these bands. They were in different places, different sides of the ship really, but it kind of woke me up, so that was good. So here I am. But trust me, to get ill, can't really believe it, you know, that I managed to catch some kind of virus. But it's hardly surprising. Just before we came, everybody seemed to be coughing, and then on the ship there's people cough all the time. So it was just kind of destiny, I suppose, you know, like a magnet for it, unfortunately. So anyway, what's tomorrow? Just another sea day, isn't it?
Day.
Huh?
Yeah, sea day.
A sea day again. But yeah, as I said, we've got to do the formal day, and then the following day, hopefully we're gonna make it in time. We're in Lisbon, which I've never been to Lisbon, so we're looking forward to that. And this is the day that we have the amphibious duck. Never done anything like that either, so that should be fun. Anyway, I'm gonna get off, and if I can manage to put the choppy sea bits after this video, it'll be there for those who want to see it. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.